All right, we are live here, Coach Dana W, with one of my clients, Amanda Smith. So, first, I want to say thank you, Amanda, for joining me on today. This is such a blessing because you are one of my book coaching clients, but you're also one of my healing coach certification clients and students. And so, I just want to say thank you for just always believing in me, Coach Dana W, believing in my services, believing in trusting in the process, because that's what it's all about when it comes to healing. So thank you for being here. And again, welcome, Amanda.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please tell the audience about yourself, and let's give it a few seconds. We're going to go ahead and share this live. If you want to go ahead on it's Coach Dana W page, go ahead and invite some people to just join us, and we want to give everybody an opportunity to be able to watch this interview.
Okay.
I got my phone, and I am going to share, and I'm going to invite because I believe you do have something important to say on today. So we'll give it a few seconds. And of course, this is going to be recorded, so anybody can come on and watch it at any time. All right. Go ahead and invite your family, your friends, your fans, because your fans, they coming. They coming, your supporters, because we all want to hear anybody's story, anybody's testimony when it comes to healing. You know, I get excited. So I'm ready for all of this. All right. So, Amanda, go ahead and just share with us, who is Amanda? Who's Amanda?
Okay. Well, I am Amanda Smith. Some people know me by Amanda Jackson. That's my maiden name, and my mom's name, Tammy Jackson. Well, me. What about me? So I am a product of a being growing up in a foster home, going through a lot of trials and tribulation, a lot of trauma, and things that I've suppressed throughout the years that has made me who I am today. I'm a strong, independent woman who just cares so much about other people's heart because I know how it felt when there was no one around to care for my heart. I am a nurse. I am a newly healing certified coach. I am a go getter. I am a woman of God, a child of God. I am a mother. I am a wife. I'm here trying to give God all the glory to God
Yes.
by using my story.
Yes, yes. And so thank you for just sharing that. I think the most important thing to say is that you are a woman of God, a WOG. Yes.
Mhm.
So just to let everybody know, as you are coming in, as you might be watching the replay, we're just having a conversation on today. I did not send Amanda any pre-made questions. I didn't ask the world, what do you want to know from Amanda? We're just here to have a conversation to just let you all know about her new book that's being released, already available for pre-orders. I believe people are already receiving books, right, Amanda?
Yes, some people have already ordered and received their books.
Yeah, so the name of the book, as you all can see, just going across the little screen, Growing Pains, Breaking the Silence. Breaking the Silence. And so, as you all may see, this is series one. So, how many series is it going to be?
It's going to be two parts and
Mhm.
then a third book. would not be in a series, but it's like a conclusion to part one and part two.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Awesome. So tell me, as you are, let's see, I'm thinking because I was your book coach. So I do know a
Hmm.
little bit about your story, just being able to walk with you through this journey. Um, your childhood was what one would consider to be very traumatic, right?
Yes, yes, it
Right.
was.
Go ahead. Anything you want to share about that?
Um, Definitely the breaking the silence part of the book. For so many generations, we have been trained or grew up that you don't speak unless spoken to. You don't, whatever goes on, you keep, you know, in these walls. You don't feel comfortable or trust anyone enough to tell them what's going on. And so breaking the silence for me was my release to get all what I had been holding on for so many years inside of me
Right.
out. And I know that I'm not the only one who has gone through it and will go through it.
Hmm. So why now? Like I understand this has been something that you have experienced as a little girl, just going through trauma, looking for healing. I often say that, healing can become a cycle. Like we go through toxic relationships, we go through trauma, we get healed, and it becomes like this rolling cycle that feels like it never ends, it never stops. Why did you decide to write the book now?
So I decided because I've realized that I needed to stop running. I had been told that
Hmm.
I needed to write a book a long time ago. I started and stopped, never completed. One reason being that it was hard for me to bring back those memories.
Hmm.
And another reason was I thought that I had been healed from certain things. So I didn't need to bring it back up,
Right.
but I actually suppressed it. And so
Mm.
what brought it back up was the fact that I lost my son last year.
Okay.
That tragedy, that trauma hit me and it made everything else resurface.
Wow.
So that was my reason. Like the why now is because I gotta put a stop to holding it in and
Hmm.
start healing. And while healing other people.
Yeah, so you mentioned something that the death of your son kind of what I would say triggered. And a lot of times people don't understand what triggers are or what it means to someone who has been traumatized in the past. What was it about your son's death that triggered that trauma or brought you to the place that you feel like, yeah, I have to write this book to be able to release?
So it was the fact that my oldest son was killed the
Mhm.
same way that my mom was. And that was the first traumatic experience that I could remember,
Mhm.
that started off the domino effect of everything else that was happening in my life.
Yeah, and I just want to say my condolences to you for losing both your mom and your son. I truly understand how hard that is. As you know, I lost my mom and my dad within a 2 year window, and as an adult, that was hard. That was very hard. I still grieve the loss of my parents. So, as a child who has lost her mom, how did that impact you growing up and even into adulthood?
It impacted me a lot because I never knew what love felt like. I never had that motherly love that I needed growing up.
Mm,
And not having it from my mom because she wasn't here, but also not having it from my dad because the place that he was at, he just he wasn't the person that I needed him to be growing up and he wasn't there growing up. So that made me search for love in the wrong places and didn't know what type of love to search for. I just whoever said the right stuff to me, whoever made me feel good at that moment, that's what I gravitated to.
wow. Wow. So you didn't really feel like you had the support from your dad. Is it anyone in particular that you do feel like you got support from going through these trying times?
Mm, as a child, no. There was, I cannot name one person
Wow. Mhm.
support that I needed.
What advice would you give someone who feels like they are going through pain by themselves?
I would say don't keep it in, don't bottle it up,
Mhm.
release it. Try to find someone that you can trust. If somebody reaches out to you and want to help you and want, be that person for you, don't reject them because it's hard to come by people like that. So I would say do not hold it in. Don't feel like you're alone. It's a lot of people out here that experience the same things, and connect with those people. Don't go through it alone.
Right. And going through it alone, sometimes we become angry when we feel like people should be there and that they should have our back. How
Mhm.
do you prevent yourself from being angry and holding on to resentment and those hard feelings towards people that should have been there, and you feel betrayed by them? How do you let go of that resentment?
I would say prayer. And I'm still working on it. But I would say definitely prayer, and definitely understanding that people can only give you what they know.
Right.
They If they didn't get it, what how can they give it to someone else?
Right.
So definitely keeping that in mind, that you you can't expect people to be be who you want them to be if they don't know how,
Hmm.
and especially verbalize it because they can't read your mind neither. So you have to verbalize, this is what I need, what I'm expecting, this is what's going on, and give them that chance. And then if that's not possible, like after you've done that, sometimes you just have to put people in the right positions in your life and not expect so highly from them because they
Yeah.
can't give you that, because you're going to get disappointed each time.
That is true. That is so true. I think, sometimes when it comes to family, we have to remember we can't choose our family, but
Mhm.
we do get to choose our friends. We do get to choose our support system. We do get to choose our circle, the people that we want to be in our circle. I'm a true advocate. If any relationship is toxic, blood or not, cut them off. Cut them off,
Mhm.
because we can pray for them. We can love them, and just remember that we can even forgive them, but we don't allow ourselves to continuously be victims of the circumstances that we might be in. What do you think?
Mhm.
Have
Yeah.
you forgiven your dad for maybe not being there in that period?
Yes, and it took me, I could remember what year it was, 2019, and it was during my devotion time. I forgot what book I was reading during that time, what book of the Bible I was reading during that time, but it made me realize that that's how he could only give me what he knew what to give.
Right.
Everybody has their own demons, their own stuff that they deal with. So I
Mhm.
was able to forgive him for the past, during that time in 2000, summer of 2019.
Love it. Forgiveness. It's not for
Mhm.
the other person. It is for us. It is for
Mhm.
us, because that's what that person has gone on with their life, and we thinking we holding on to that forgiveness that we need to give to them, and they aren't thinking about us at all. And we over here mad, angry, and we carry that emotional baggage, and it becomes physical. If you're dealing with, and this is for the audience, if you're dealing with headaches, if you're dealing with um, migraines, stress in the shoulders, stress in the neck, you got to ask yourself, is it anybody I need to forgive so I can let this burden go?
Mhm.
Let it go. Who is this book for?
I would say it's for a couple people, mainly for my children who got the broken me before I was healed, and
Mhm.
also for other little girls who have experienced what I've experienced, And women as well, if they have that inner child syndrome in them, they haven't, matured in that way for them so that they can come out of that as well.
Mhm. I love it. They can come out of it and just being able to hear your story because this is your testimony.
Mhm.
Like people are writing books left and right. And it's like everybody's coming out with a book. But guess what? Because no one can tell my story like I can tell my story.
Mhm.
So continue to write what God has instructed you to write. I I want to ask you this question. What's your favorite or your most significant, most powerful chapter from the book?
I would say my favorite would be the first chapter where it all began, the the birth of me, and having that, and my mom was still around, having that memory of her, even though it was a short time, just that little bit of memory of her, that I would say that was my favorite.
That's nice. And so, if your mom was still alive, what would you say to her right now?
I would tell her that I love her, and I would tell her I love her and that I forgive her. It wasn't her fault,
Mhm.
and I hope that I made her proud.
I'm pretty sure you made her proud to make this turnaround in your life. Like I said, I was one of the fortunate ones to kind of read your book through the process of it. And, even with the editor who was reading the book, she was like, she got a story. She got a story. And if she wants anybody to take this and make a playwright out of it, I I know some people. So remember that because
That's crazy because I said that to my husband. I was like, I think I probably could make a lifetime movie with this.
yes, yes.
Well,
It's,
yeah.
it's because sometimes our lives is like you watching TV is like, oh yeah, they ain't got nothing on my life.
Yeah.
People were paid to watch this in the movies. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, so how does the story end? Like with every movie, every book, we always want to find a happy ending to the story. And I do understand that there are three series. How does this particular book end? Is it good? I don't want you to tell that, I don't want you to tell too much, but where is it at? Is it up, down? Like,
I would say to be continued.
good toes. And so for those who are watching, I did paste, and I apologize, my dog barking. I did paste the link for Amanda's book in the chat. So go ahead and purchase a book and go ahead and get it mailed to your house. Amanda, your book release is coming up this Sunday. Tell us about that.
So yeah, so the book release party is going to be this Sunday, 2 to 5, at the Gather 757 in Newport News, and basically just a celebration of the book coming out, and also it will be available for you to also pre-order there as well. And if I take your pre-orders that day, I can sign them before I deliver it out to mail it out to you as well. And also it will be you will have an option to order ebooks as well on that day, so for those ebook users.
So be ready to get purchase your books on this Sunday, but you do not have to be there to order your books. We want
Hmm.
you all to buy these books. The theme of your book release is healing in your sneakers.
Sneaker.
Your
Hmm.
sneakers. And I was like, I never heard of that before. Tell us again, what is the meaning of your theme?
So the meaning is I was inspired by another song that was called Healing in My Heels. um I'm a sneaker girl. I love sneakers, and I can't run in heels. So sneakers is more comfortable, and I can run to everything that I need to run to. Not sprint, not, be a track star, but run this race, this marathon. And in order to do it, I need to have my sneakers on. So I'm running to healing. I'm running to my blessings. I'm running to those assignments that God had for me. That's what the healing in my sneakers, because I'm healing in my sneakers.
I love it. I think I was watching your Facebook Live and you talked about, yeah, I could heal in my heels if I wanted to. But we
Hmm.
all know that when we are in our heels, our feet, it's going to start hurting after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Like, I need to take these heels off and then we end up walking barefoot. So,
Hmm.
basically saying, go ahead and get comfortable. Get comfortable
Hmm.
those sneakers on because I can guarantee you that we're not rushing through this process. We're going to take
Hmm.
our time. You can walk, you can run, you can jog, you can skip, but we are going to finish this race to healing. We are
Hmm.
going to run right through that victory. So when you think about that, what is it called? The winning when you racing and you ran right through the banner, and it's
Yeah.
like I had the victory. Think about the song that Jesus Christ, all He did for us. I have the victory, hallelujah. And that is what I am seeing for you, Amanda, that you have the victory. And I know that you've been telling your stories about the trials and the tribulations that you've been going through. But guess what? The miracle, the blessings is waiting for you.
Thank
Hallelujah.
you. Thank you. Yes.
Everything that you've gone through is not in vain. It's not in vain. Double for your trouble is what I hear in my head right now. Double for your trouble. And
Thank
I
you,
pray
Lord.
blessings upon your life. I pray God's blessings upon this book, and that any person who picks up this book to read will be set free, will be delivered, and know that that God is a healer.
Hmm.
God is the ultimate healer. What's your closing statement for today?
Well, it would have been, the healing in my sneakers part, but so I would just say, take it. A lot of people say take it one day at a time, but I say take it one moment at a time, because days are long. Moments sometimes it's just a moment. So take it one moment at a time, embrace it, and let love find you. Don't reject it.
Let love find. Let me write that down in the comments. I love it. Let love find you and don't reject it. Patience, Amanda. I love it. So thank you again for joining on today. Again, I want to remind everyone the link is inside of the chat. You can click on it, go ahead and purchase your book, or come on out on Sunday for the book release party, healing in your sneakers. And she has instructed us to wear our sneakers. We're gonna get our
Mhm.
finest sneakers that we can. But if you want to dress up and wear your sneakers at the same time, you can do that too. But we are going to have a great time on Sunday, and I will see you soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you.